A big thing for the culture, like for example, the food, is all the missionaries always know is staksak, sego, and so from the sego tree they would beat the sego tree to like a pulp, and they would squeeze the juices out, and they just leave it to dry in the sun, and then they would just produce like a kind of a flour, starchy food. It was their staple food, and they would cook it in a pan, and they would eat it like with their meat, and that's what. Sometimes we would just eat that just by itself, or we would just put sugar in it or something, or no, we put like salt in it or Maggi cube or something like that, some kind of seasoning to like make it actually like taste nice, because like we were just eating like just the sago itself, or saksak. That's how they call it. But that's one of the most memorable foods that I ate out there was saksak, and it's really like a big part of their culture. Things that we would like normally snack on, like as missionaries, or even like we would usually just the same things that like a little kid would like snack on. There's like these little beef or chicken flavored biscuits or something from the store, and that would be just like a Pepsi, and then we would just eat that while we were walking. But for the foods that we would usually eat, would be fish. Fish, we always ate fish. Fish, man. It was fish especially in the bush, fish for breakfast, fish for lunch, fish for dinner. Fish when we were hungry. Raw fish, or cooked smoked fish, boiled with coconut. Fish. Fish is one of the biggest things. But like I said before, sago, saksak is their staple food. They cook it in different ways, different crazy ways. That a lot of people, they probably wouldn't even dream of like tasting. And then I remember my first area in Palimo, the first time I ate saksak was at a member's house. And the thing is, in the tree, the sago tree, in the wet part of it, there's these these fat grubs, these maggots. You see in like the Bear Grylls would like eat it in like the Man vs. Wild, and they would just be like squirming around. They'd just be in the sago. And I thought that when I first saw them actually making it for the first time, I thought that they would just like pick them out. But when they saw it, they were like excited. Like I didn't know what they were saying at first, because I didn't really understand their language at first. And so they would just keep it inside, and they would cook it with the grubs. They say the sago crabs, but it's it's basically like the grubs or whatever inside. And they would just be like squirming around in there while we were cooking it, and then they gave it to me to eat it. And I was like, oh man, I know they're not trying to make me eat this. But I was looking at everyone, they were looking at me, and they were eating it themselves. And I didn't want them to look at me and just be like, oh, this is not fit or something like that, or start laughing at me or making fun of me, calling me like a woman or something. So I just bit down on it and ate it. I can feel like the grubs, they were cooked already. I could feel like the grub, like me biting into it. And like my mind told me that it was nasty, but at the same time I was really trying to taste it. And to be honest, it didn't really taste that bad. And like in my mind right now, I was like, I'm for like eating like bugs right now. But it didn't taste that bad, is what I'm saying. And then when we actually fried them by themselves with like no sago, just the grubs, like we just threw them in like a saucepan, put a little bit of oil, and we actually like put like seasoning on it. And this is like bugs, these are grubs. And we just see them just like, like getting sizzled in there, and then they're not moving anymore. They're like all shriveled up. And then we would eat them, pop them in our mouth. They would be like crunchy. To be honest, they tasted like for real, like no lie, like popcorn. I'm serious. They actually tasted like really good. Like, and then after a while of eating it, it came to a point like we were actually like stingy over like they didn't want to share with each other. Like someone would turn their back or someone would say the prayer, and then we would hear the plate rustling. We open our eyes, and it's not there anymore, and we would get angry at each other. And it's funny because we didn't think much of it at the time because we got used to it. But like if someone else was sitting right there, like a new missionary has like people are really fighting over bugs or grubs. It sounds funny, but like to be honest, like if it was sitting here right now, I wouldn't even hesitate. I would eat it. But I mean, I'd have to cook it myself because I don't trust anybody else. But still, it's really nice. If it walks and it's not human, you could eat it. Except dog. People, they don't like eating dog. They don't eat dog. Or some people do, but it's not like popular out there. But obviously they eat the pigs, they eat cows, the sheep. But one of my favorite things that I ate on my mission was crocodile. Which, to be honest, like, I'm not saying it just to say it, but it tastes like chicken, to be honest. Like, when the first time I ate it, I didn't know I was eating crocodile. It was because it was all diced up and it was put inside of the saksak, like ishido, or like something. It's like they call it ishido. But I didn't know it was crocodile. Or they say puk. And so I ate it. I thought it was chicken. I thought it was really good. Like, my first thought in my mind, I thought it was like tasted like a Costco chicken bake or something. So I was eating it, and I was really like shocked. And then I asked, "What is this?" And then they started laughing at me, or my companion started laughing at me, and he said, he's like, "You kakai pupuk stuff." That means like you're eating crocodile right now. I was like, "Oh, dang!" I didn't really jump or like spit out my food, but I was like kind of like I felt cool because like, oh, I'm actually eating a crocodile. But then when we started actually seeing crocodiles with our own eyes and like helping people, get them, not these massive ones, but just like like good sized ones, not ones that were like that would be hard to catch, but or like baby ones, but they actually like it tasted really nice, crocodiles, snakes, they actually taste really greasy, and like they don't have kangaroos there, but they have like wallabies, so like smaller version of kangaroos. That was the most, besides fish, that was the most meat, like type of meat that I ate during my mission was wallaby. I got sick of it after a while. I got tired of it because after a while it just tasted like steak because just eating it so much. Same like deer. They have deer over there, which is really popular. People, first sight of deer, people just drop whatever they're doing and they get whatever they can to kill the deer. It's it's really funny, but at the same time, like when the missionaries were with the people, we copy what they do. We do the same thing they do. So, like for example, we're on the boat or we're walking or something, or like we're just in the village with the people and we're just sitting around and just doing something. And then when someone sees a deer or there's a deer or something or a pig or, everyone just, puts a spring to their step. The men, they go run to the house and get the bow and arrow and they're outside, trying to spring it back and get their little spears. And people are just grabbing whatever they can find, a bush knife or a long stick or something like that, or anything that they can do to kill the deer. And then the missionaries too. And when I was there, we would just be following everyone. We wanted to be part of it, and so we would just find anything, we look stupid just running around. Sometimes we would just grab like anything, like a screwdriver or something like that, just anything. Most of the time we didn't get it. We were just basically chasing it around until it ran off for good. But, that's just one of the fun times, experiences that I always had, chasing deer, chasing pig. We actually caught a pig once. It came right onto our house, but it was us and like the people around it. Long story short, the pig wandered the wrong place, wrong time, and we ate it the same day. Another thing is, we call it kasawari. It's like an ostrich-looking thing with like a little cap on its head. I don't know if you've ever seen a picture of it, but yeah, you could look it up on the internet. I'm eating one of those. Tree kangaroos, these koala-looking things. They're weird, like fuzzy, actually kind of cute, but sadly I've eaten those too before. Not saying that I killed all of them myself and eaten them, but like I just ate the meat before. These little monkey-looking things called kaskas, like little creepy. I don't know, it's like only on that island, or it's only on Papua New Guinea. There's a lot of different animals, different foods, basically. Nice, really nice, whole, rich, meats, really greasy. Like you would think that, like the kind of greasy that you would think comes from the back of a McDonald's, but it's really from like the ground or from the ocean. It's the real deal. Actually the real deal. Meat basically. Now it's modern, so there's ice creams there. The kids, they love eating ice cream when they can. Well, not even the kids, everyone, they love eating ice cream over there. But as for fruits, like fruits over there is like 10 times sweeter than the best fruit that you can buy in like the stores over here. Bananas or papaya, guava or pineapple, mango. Everything over there is like 10 times sweeter. Like the sweetest pineapple I ever had was during my mission. Like it, like literally like sweet like sugar. Like no joke. Like you could like taste it. It was nice. And like as soon as you bite into it, it's like sweet, juicy, and it's real. It's not anything farm grown or anything. No genetics juiced in, pumped into it or anything like that. It's like grown from the hard work of just a regular person living in trying to make a living for himself. But it's everything there is like it's sweet. And the fruits there are really nice.